Let's take a look at what happened today with Tesla. We closed at 282.16, down $9.87, down 3.38%. Let's take a look at the facts and let's see how we can profit from those facts. So yes, we are outside of our downward channel. This is news in itself. This is really good news. We have been outside for the past 4 days and we have been trending down since December 18th, trending down. Now we are outside of that big downward trend. So this is good news. Now what we need to look for is, are we going to get outside of our congestion zone? Because Tesla is no longer going down because we are outside of the downward trend, but we could be going sideways, and going sideways is less interesting than going higher. This is where we are right now. So we are basically going sideways between 217.65 and 291.77. And that 291.77 is getting confirmed even more as time goes by. At the same time, we are still, for the past 3 days, we have been staying above 273.79. Big important support in the past. So that support is still in play also. This is where we are. We need a nice close above 291.77. A small close. So when it's that small, it's not as convincing as when it is a nice move. Let's look at what a nice close above looks like. Let's do a small masterclass. So 273.79, look at this. We stopped it here. We stopped in the past. We stopped it right here, October of last year. Then look at what a nice close above looks like. Boom. You know, this was not the close at 273 or 274. No, we closed at 288. Boom. This is frank, this is clear. And then we continued, and then we took the move right here. We took other moves too. This is what we are looking for. We can buy at any point in time. There's less probability that this will work. So it is better to wait for a definite move. So this is what we are waiting for, above 291.77. Let's take a look at the 1 hour chart to go into more details as to what happened today. So yesterday we had a nice ending of the day. We could not break above 286.89. This is very clear. It's easy to see. Then on the last hour, boom, we had a move up. We stopped close to 291.77, extremely close to there. So some of us took that trade because we broke above a horizontal resistance. We knew that 291.77 was not too far, so we knew it and we played according to it. We did not put all of our cash into this. Yeah, the intention was that Tesla would be continuing, but no, this is not what happened today. So we opened gap down. We had a gap down, and now we are slowly maybe filling up that gap. We would need to go up to 286.89 to fill up that gap. Right now, we are having a hard time breaking 284.24. We have lost stochastic over 60. When we lose stochastic over 60 and a move up, we see we should not believe. We should wait. We should wait for stochastic to come back above 60. So what could be happening is that we could be going further down. It could change tomorrow, but right now, this is what we see. These are the clouds that we are looking at. So we just need to be patient. We need to be patient. Let's take a look at the rest of the market. VIX climbed quite high today. So this is what hindered the performance of Tesla stock. We started to go quite high and the stock fell down. Now the VIX is coming back down a little bit. We cannot break lower than 24.69, so maybe we are going to start bouncing back up. So we need to watch that one right here. VIX at 24, when we go long, we need to be very careful because VIX at 24 is not conducive to medium-term and long-term longs. We can find some small long moves like we did not too long ago. We had a nice one on the 1 hour chart. Right here, when we were April 22nd, not too long ago, we had a nice move right here from 252 to 280 something, depending on where you sold. We had a nice move like this. So it's okay to have a little bit of a move down because we had this one, but we should not get too many of these move downs because then it is death by 1,000 cuts. We should be really careful. We can try things, but we should be careful about not getting zigzagged. So trying once is okay. Trying a second time, then this is something we should be really careful about that. Let's take a look at the rest of the markets. Dow Jones. So Dow Jones, look at this. This is really beautiful. We stopped the high of the day, stopped right smack on 40,775. Once we break that 40,775, then we should see further move up. So if you see this is going to be good. Right now, we cannot conclude anything yet. S&P, this one is also hugging some resistance. Look at this, the past 3 days, big resistance. This one right here, it's hugging it like crazy. Nasdaq doing a lot better. Look at the stochastic at 90 something, 95. This is a nice recovery. This is the channel that we are in. We have spent the last 4 days above 19,231. This was a buy signal when we closed above it. This is another example of a close above. We were right here, could not break above, tried, boom, we succeeded. In this case, we are still pretty close to it. It did not go like Tesla did the other day, but this is what we're expecting, a frank move above, and this one could be continuing eventually. Russell back above, big support right here, but still into a downward channel. So this is a little bit less interesting. Let's take a look at the market as a whole. Yeah, lots of black, so pretty much a sideways day, I would say. Some green, some red, a little bit more green, I would say. In terms of economic data, the GDP growth rate quarter over quarter, minus 0.3%. So this was not good news this morning. The forecast was 0.5%. There's a contraction of the economy. This is not good. Maybe this is going to influence Jerome Powell next week. We have Wednesday, May 7th, the Fed interest rate decision. So maybe they are going to lower the rates. Who knows? If he sees that the economy is not doing that good. And also the core PCE price index month over month, the forecast was 0.1 and we are at 0. So there's an improvement right there. Let's take a look at some Tesla news that are getting piped to our Discord server. In Canada, Tesla prices have increased by approximately 20%. Tesla makes an offer to customers in Canada. Tesla is urging Canadian customers to purchase vehicles at pre-tariff prices as the company anticipates price hikes due to ongoing trade tensions between the US and Canada. Also, in Canada, we have elected a Liberal Party. We should be expecting negotiations between Canada and the US. This is what we are seeing. Explore pre-tariff price inventory. This is not for the new cars, so the new cars will get the tariffs, but these are the old ones. Yeah, these are the cars that we can buy in Canada, and look at the price. 61,000 Canadian for a long-range all-wheel drive Model Y. I think it's quite cheaper in the US if I'm not mistaken. These are demo cars with 400 or 500 kilometer range. This is one last ditch effort for Tesla to continue selling some cars in Canada because with a 20% hike, this is going to be a little bit difficult. Yeah, in summary, Tesla is maintaining itself quite well. As I said, a close above 291.77 is going to mean that we should be continuing higher. So this would be a buy signal. If we start closing lower, 273.79, because we have still a good stochastic, I would not call it a sell per se. It could be seen as a sell, but because stochastic is so high, I would wait a little bit for a further sign, a further move down from that 273.79 to consider this a short. So I would go for something a little bit lower. That we have some support right here. If you look at the top of these candles right here, so we have something like this. I would not short before getting a little bit lower than 260. After 260, then stochastic is going to probably be lower than 60 also. So then we could be having a move down to 217. But so far, we are holding pretty good If you look at the long wicks right here, pretty close to 273.79. So this is showing us that we have people buying back. The volume is not super high, but we still have some people there. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.